sober Carl, never met him. He's kind of a buzzkill, like a dying bee.
Yikes, the foreshadowing.
Welcome to Last to the Party, a Bravo rewatch podcast. I'm Megan, fashionably late to all things Bravo, but making up for last time.
I'm Wendy. I'm an OG Bravo superfan who has seen it all probably twice.
Hey, as you're listening, come on over to Instagram and follow us. We are Last to the Party Pod.
Also, we are a new podcast, so we would love your ratings and reviews in Apple Podcast. If you like this podcast, we would appreciate your review.
It is the absolute very best thing you can do for any podcast, especially a brand new baby podcast. It helps people find us.
Hey, we also have an email address if you want to weigh in on our episodes, or if you have your own thoughts on Summer House, email us at lasttothepartypod@gmail.com.
That email is linked in our show notes, which you can find in the podcast player you're listening in, or you can head on over to our website, lasttothepartypodcast.com, where you'll find all episodes and show notes, and you can even sign up there to be notified every time an episode drops. Today we are talking Summer House Season 1, Episode 4, The Wrath of Wirkus, and previously on we had the Carl wedding photo deception, which caused a bit of a stir as Lauren is about to blow up at a housemate's dinner. Since Carl is away for the weekend, it looks like Steven might be the target of her anger.
Yeah, correction, she's about to fucking blow, is what she says.
Let's hear a synopsis.
Sure. It's wedding gate in the Summer House as Lauren confronts Carl for lying about bringing a date to the wedding. Kyle dips his toe back into the X pool despite everyone's warnings, and Lindsay and Christina's roommate drama boils over into full-on name-calling and accusations at a lavish Hamptons party.
Mm.
Hey, Megan, what is your first impression of the Wrath of the Wirkus?
There were so many WTF moments where I was like, who are these people and why are they behaving this way throughout this episode? What is your first impression of this episode?
Christina 100% got fired.
Oh,
I have a feeling based on last week's episode that you're like Team Christina. So this is going to be an interesting conversation.
Well, let's take a quick break and we're going to come right back to talk about it.
Okay.
Hey, quick question. Are you secretly a fan of Hallmark movies? You know, the small town charm, the twinkly lights, the same three actors falling in love over and over again? Yeah, we see you, and we've got the perfect podcast for you. It's called Girls Gone Hallmark. It's hosted by us, Megan and Wendy, and it's where we recap and review all the new Hallmark movies and series, and even some throwback fan favorites with zero shame and lots of opinions. Whether you're a diehard fan or just here for the cozy vibes, we've got you covered. So after this episode, come hang out with us on Girls Gone Hallmark. We promise it's way more fun than pretending you don't love a good Christmas in July. Let's start with who we're watching this week. And based on first impressions, can we just get into the Christina and Lindsay grudge match?
Sure, yeah.
Well, I just want to say that my first bullet point in my notes
Bullet point.
I have many about this situation. It literally says, I'm going to start by saying I think Christina comes out ahead in this situation. And it says the words, I'm Team Christina. Now, you need to know that after watching this, I did go down like a Google Reddit rabbit hole about this situation.
This particular like roommate situation?
About the Christina, is she fired? What's going on with her job situation?
You found like a sub thread on Reddit about this particular
You bet your ass I did.
Oh my God, tell me more.
Well, essentially, the belief is that it was either quit or get fired because her job did not want her on the show while she was employed.
They couldn't break the fourth wall, so they're talking around it. Interesting. Okay.
So I think it's a little bit of both. I think she was forced to quit if she wanted to be a part of Summer House. I haven't seen future seasons, but there's a lot of talk about how this becomes a problem in future seasons. It was a problem with Paige. It's I don't know if that's widely known or if that's just something that these Redditors believed, and is largely why these people don't have jobs in current seasons, because employers know what they're going to get. So it is hard to be in the public eye and have a job where they're going to be okay with your summer house weekend debauchery.
Yeah, got it. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm going to tell you who I'm watching this week, and it is one Miss Lindsay Hubbard. And I'm Team Lindsay. If you haven't, I mean, I have some criticisms of her behavior in this episode, and we will get to it. But I think learning about her backstory and about how her mom had abandoned her, it explains a lot about who she is as a person and how her relationships are difficult, like even romantic ones and friendship ones.
Yes.
So knowing this makes me have a soft spot for Lindsay because she operates from a place of hurt.
Yeah, that is, I definitely take that into consideration. And I do think she's emotionally raw, especially based on the timing of this being her mom's birthday. And I think that escalated things. Like, she was not starting from a good baseline. Christina and Lindsay are already starting at a bad place. Their friendship was already on shaky ground coming into this. And then they have the whole drama with Lindsay's interns. First of all, Lindsay doesn't actually ask if she's cool with bringing the interns to the house. She just announces, like, they're going to be working at our house. In my opinion, they live in a, I assume, small New York apartment. Christina works from home. So to add 2 more additional people, like, I'd be annoyed too. I understand it's only for a couple days, but like, you need to ask and not make the announcement.
No, that's completely fair. I agree. And I'm like, this is so pre-2020.
Yes.
Because this was when working from home was like not a thing. So when Christina's like, I would tell them to work from home. And I don't think Lindsay can wrap her head around that, where everybody's in their own space, like, but working at the same time.
I totally agree. I have the same note. Like, it's 2017. This is pre-COVID, pre the work from home boom. Of course, people did it, but not to the extent that they do today. And so I think Lindsay blows it out of proportion, but in her mind, she's like, no, we need to be in the same space to get our job done. I just think, like, Lindsay goes for like the low blows here, because Christina's talking about, like, well, I work from home. You need to respect my workspace. I'm fine with you working from home, but not cool with you bringing your coworkers. And Lindsay's like, you work from home because you got fired. And I cringe so much when Christina's like, I did not get fired from my job, Lindsay Hubbard. It was a cringy line. It was a lot.
You felt bad for whom? Christina in this situation?
I mean, I just think it was shitty. She's like, you work from home because you got fired. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it is a low blow, but
look, you're Team Lindsay. I understand. We come at it with different perspectives. I am a first watch seeing this in a vacuum. I don't have 9 years of Lindsay Hubbard love behind this experience.
I think in this situation that Lindsay makes better TV than Christina.
Oh, for sure. Yes. If one of them is going to continue, I want it to be Lindsay.
And now I'm thinking, like, that whole scene where, taking into consideration this like Reddit revelation that they couldn't talk about, like, why she wasn't working, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Christina is telling Lindsay, like, you know the situation and I can't be explicit here in this situation because we are on camera right now, Lindsay Hubbard.
It's like bravo, bravo, effing bravo.
Yeah, exactly. That's really funny.
My final thought is that I think Everett inserted himself into this situation way too much. Like, he didn't have a part in it. Just shut up. He didn't need to be so in Christina's face. Like, let them hash it out. It's very low stakes.
Agree. I really don't like Everett either. Like, I can't even see like a redemption coming.
No.
At all.
No.
Like, at all. Here are some of the things I liked. One is Steven's water aerobics takeover. I thought it was super fun, and I especially love that everybody takes part. Like, they play along.
Yes.
You know, except for Everett, who is throwing shade from the sidelines. Something with like, I'm in the military. I don't partake in fun aerobics or whatever he was saying. I don't remember. He's like, this is not a workout.
It's okay, buddy.
That energy is so tiring to me.
It doesn't need to be high intensity. There don't need to be gains. Just have a good time.
Exactly. I had kind of an aha moment while watching this episode. And it's when they're at that Barth's. How do you say that?
I don't know.
Is
I'm
it
not
St.
even going to try.
Barth's? St. Barth's. I don't even know. They're at that Hamptons party, right?
Yeah.
And Steven's like embarrassed because Kyle is getting turned, basically. Right? He's like, I'm embarrassed of his behavior, blah, 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 whatever. To me, Kyle is undeniably fun. Now, I get that people like are embarrassed by his behavior, but one, for me, that's what makes the show so addictive to me. Like, I want to see these people cut loose, basically.
Yes.
And two, my aha moment is I think I'm a little envious.
Oh, interesting. Like, you want to have fun like that?
Yeah, like I never have experienced like fun. Like, I mean, I have experienced fun, but like
Not at a wild Hamptons party where you're just getting lit.
weekends upon weekends upon weekends. No,
See,
no.
That's funny. And does the weekend upon weekend upon weekends of it appeal to you?
It might have when I was in my like mid 20s.
Interesting.
Not at my age now.
No.
That doesn't appeal to me, but like just the kind of like carefree fun, we're going to get crazy and dance and like nobody cares, like we're being ridiculous. Like I believe it was in this episode too where Steven's making fun of Everett's dancing.
Yes.
He's like it's like those giant balloon guys on
the car dealership.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, like, look, who cares? Like that place of freedom feels alluring to me.
Yeah. I hear you.
That's all.
It doesn't for me, but you know, I've been 45 years old since I was 16. So
Well, you know, I am like no fun, #no fun all the time. So, I mean,
for me,
Megan
it's
just-
the
Megan
getting
just-
there. Like once I'm there, I could probably have a good time.
if it's outside of your driving radius, you don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't leave the city I live in if I can help it.
Well, there's no way in hell that you would even live out. It's too hot for you there. Like you would hate being outside in that weather.
I would really hate it. I know. And they were so sweaty in this episode. It was
Oh my God,
were
Carl.
miserable.
Carl with like just the sweat pouring out of him. And he's like, I'm on antibiotics. And I'm like,
Yeah.
detoxing? What's happening here? Like you're having a real adverse like reaction. That was weird.
It was weird. It was weird. So there were some fun things I liked about this episode. Kyle saying sober Carl, never met him. He's kind of a buzzkill, like a dying bee.
Yikes, the foreshadowing.
And in regards to Steven being bothered by Kyle's drunken behavior, he says, I would rather get a blowjob from Christina than hang out with him. I mean, he is really bugged. I agree that Kyle is fun, but I can see that your friend who is drunk and a little bit uncontrollable in every interaction might get to be a little bit much, because there is a clear line here between the people who are drunk and not in control of their faculties and the people who are. And I'm looking at Kyle and I'm looking at Lindsay. Like Lindsay is so drunk.
Yeah.
It's a lot. The other fun moment I liked is just their makeshift club scene in the dark kitchen. I just like them having fun and going for it, and with the flashlights, and they turn the lights off and they have a good time. Like having
That's what I'm
fun is
telling you.
allowed. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a little envious. Because I don't move that way through life. Like, I would never have just like a rando, let's throw the music on at 4 a.m. and get crazy in the kitchen. Like, I'd be like, no, you guys are making a mess. Everybody needs to go to bed. So I'm just envious of that sort of wild take on life. I kind of like it. I have one more like.
Yeah.
And it is Carl's smooth talk moment when he just smooths everything over with Lauren.
Uh-huh.
And he says, I'm in sales. I can talk my way out of anything. is yes, that feeling. And also kind of iconic. Like he is the villain of the summer, right?
I did love the editing of that. Like the way they make it look like Lauren was explaining herself to him for 3.5 hours.
Oh my God. And then wait, I have a gift for you. Yeah. Oh, Lauren.
Rough.
Lauren. Yeah.
Well, other than a time machine to go back to your youth, what else did you wish for while watching this episode?
Well, on my wishes, it's back to Christina and Lindsay, and I really wish that their fight didn't monopolize the entire episode. It to me is like this is something that's so easily solvable, but it's just is a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah, neither of them can let it go. Lindsay needed
Right.
to let it go, in my opinion.
Right. But what I noticed then as I'm watching this, I feel like first season of Summer House kind of lacks substantial content. And meaning like we are now on episode 4 and we're still circling like Kyle and Amanda's thing and Lindsay and Christina's thing and Carl and Lauren. And what is being revealed is that like Steven and Christina don't have any storylines.
For sure. Yeah, but flash forward to season 9, like what's Gabby doing?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
I think that happens. I obviously haven't seen every season, but it's gotta be that every season, not every cast member can have like the lead storyline, right? So,
is it them just not bringing something to the table?
well, or it just doesn't land, right? Like how much
it doesn't land. Yeah.
how much gets cut? How much are the producers being like, well, this is the story that we find compelling, and so this is the story we're going to make this season about. We have no idea how much gets cut and how much we never see.
Yeah.
In terms of wishes, Carl is a real ass at this party. I know you have a soft spot for Carl just as much as
No, but I do, but you're so right.
he gets mad when the housemates come and sit with him, which like you're at a party. What are you doing? I guess he just wanted the strange and he was not into, the housemates. And then Ashley says something about Lauren having a crush on him. And he's like, what are we in 4th grade? I was like, gross. Like,
I know. I felt bad for Lauren.
and then some chick walks by and he's like, great dress. And Lindsay's like, that was not a great dress.
I think that was like Lindsay's low key way of like supporting Lauren in that moment.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. But it was just gross. Like he was going out of his way to be a jerk. And that was the like, he's like, I'm not drinking. And I was like, I'm not getting sober vibes from you in this moment.
No, it was just mean.
Yes.
So mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have some Kyle and Amanda wishes.
Please.
Literally in all caps, OMG, WTF, man. When he texts Amanda and they have their drunk convo in the hot tub where Amanda's like, I don't want to be fucked over. And I'm like shouting at my TV, then stop coming over.
This is 4 episodes in a row.
You are in control of your own destiny.
She dickmatized, man. I mean,
Oh my God.
Kyle must be a great lay. I don't know. I can't imagine, but like maybe.
I'm just imagining this conversation over on Girls Gone Hallmark. Sorry for anyone we have scandalized, but cut to the next morning, the looks on everyone's faces when Kyle says Amanda is still there and needs to borrow clothes. And then she's like hanging with the crew for the day. This is all on Kyle. Ashley calls him on his shit and Kyle has no good answer for what is going on. It's just the same shit every weekend. And I feel bad for Amanda.
So do I.
I have one final wish.
Yes, tell me.
It's more of a WTF moment. Christina is asking, they're at the Hamptons party, and Christina's asking about like plans for food. And Everett makes this mocking face when she does it that is, I don't even know what his motivation is other than to be a complete ass. And he's like, I don't give a shit. And then he goes, ah, like this weird scream. I was like, what are you doing?
I have some thoughts on that.
Okay.
We'll get there in a second.
I have the weirdest did you see that? It's like a nothing burger of a did you see that, but I have to mention it. The girl working in the nail salon looks so familiar. I took a photo of my television and like Google image searched it to see if I could find who it was.
What?
Nothing came up, but I was like, she is somebody. So if anybody listening has any idea who the girl in the nail salon of season 1, episode 4 of Summer House is, please email us lasttothepartypod@gmail.com.
You think like she's the famous nail girl on TikTok or like
no, I think she's
an
in
actor?
some other reality something or other. Maybe she's a TikTok presence now. I don't know. She just looked very familiar to me.
Oh, interesting. I didn't notice her.
She was like the receptionist.
Oh, I will go back and look.
She's like pick out your color, when they come in. Anyway.
Yeah, interest peaked. I'm going to have to go back and look. My Did You See That is Carl is wearing frayed jorts that are nearly knee length.
Hey, side note, have you seen the long jorts that the Gen Z ladies are wearing these days?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my kid to wear one and she won't go for it. I'm like, they're so cute.
I know, but only on them.
Oh, no. Yeah, you want to see me trying to wear those? No, thank you. I mean, I feel like that's what I have worn for the last 15 years, Bermuda shorts.
I know, but they're like long. Like they're like just this side of a capri. I mean, they do look cute on the youth.
Yes, I was at Abercrombie.
Oh,
That's all that was there, baby. Yep.
Let's talk iconic and messy moments.
Well, back to Everett and Lindsay, and all I have in my notes are these two are so fucking lit right now.
I know.
So I don't know what Everett's reaction was to Christina in that moment. Like, it's weird, and they're so glassy-eyed. I know. Oh my God. This is not the part that I'm envious of. I'm just envious of like the having fun part.
Not the after effects when they can't get out of bed the next morning.
No.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's my messy moment too. It's the car ride home where I actually have Lindsay and Kyle are so drunk. Everett is too. But like Lindsay's makeup has melted off of her face. Kyle can't keep his eyes open. Lindsay's shouting she's too dumb to be malicious. Look, I will say there are many things I'm glad about being an old person. I'm glad there was no social media when I was in high school because I absolutely would have humiliated myself at one point. And I am glad that there is no reality television footage of myself in vulnerable moments.
I second that.
Hey, thank you for listening to this episode of Last to the Party. We will be back next week with Summer House Season 1, Episode 5, Thoughts. In the meantime, we would love your 5-star ratings and reviews in Apple Podcasts. It's the very best way to support this podcast. If you have thoughts on this episode or on Summer House Season 1, send them to us, lasttothepartypod@gmail.com. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.